If you want to learn about the new 2021 in colors from Stampin' Up, stay tuned and I'll give you a tour. Hi, this is Sage Kimball and I'm the Mad Stamper with another color video for card makers and paper crafters. The 2021 to 2023 in colors are a great addition to Stampin' Up's palette. I like to do a video each year to give you a good idea of where each color fits in the color wheel and where it fits with other Stampin' Up colors. I've learned that colors are chameleons. You'll perceive a color differently depending on what you combine it with, which makes these color videos very helpful. But keep in mind, the combinations I show you are based on my preferences, and yours might be a bit different than mine. I'll be using two different tools that help me with colors. One is a 12-color wheel with highly saturated colors called hues. Then this chart shows what happens when white, black, or gray is added to a hue. 4 of the 5 new in colors are in the blue-green to red-violet area of the color wheel, and they combine well with each other, so you'll see a lot of repetition as I show combinations in this video. I created a new color class a few years ago that shows colors from all areas of the color wheel. If you'd like to learn to read the properties of colors so you can make effective combinations, the class will teach you how to do that. Plus, you'll be able to download the color wheel and chart I'm using in this video. See more information at the end of the video or use the link provided to learn more about the new color class. I'll start with Evening Evergreen. This is a very rich dark green. It's a very muddy color, a term that I use for a color that has a lot of black or gray in it. It's very similar to Handsome Hunter, which was in the Regals collection prior to 2010. Evergreen is a blue-green, which may not be obvious at first, but when I hold it up to Mossy Meadow, a dark yellow-green, you can see the blue in Evergreen. In this chart, it sits at the top of the blue-green column, which means it has the most black added to it. Evergreen goes well with Soft Succulent, another new in color, and with other blue-greens like Just Jade and Mint Macaron. The bright shaded spruce makes Evergreen look rather gray, even though it's another blue-green. Probably because it's so bright. Blues also tend to make it look gray, like this Pool Party, Bermuda Bay, and Pacific Point. Pinks and purples tend to enhance the green in Evergreen, like Fresh Freesia, another new in color, Highland Heather, and Gorgeous Grape. The same is true for Polished Pink, also new, Flirty Flamingo, and Melon Bombo. I also like it with Cherry Cobbler, which reminds me of a vintage Christmas combination. For my sample card, I combined it with Mint Macaron and Gorgeous Grape. The dark purple and the light mint, together with Evergreen, make a stunning color scheme. Now let's look at Soft Succulent. It's another blue-green in the pastel range of this chart, with a bit of gray that mutes it a bit. Sage Shadow is the closest Stampin' Up color I could find. Both are a grayish blue-green, but Sage has more white in it. Soft Succulent combines well with other blue-greens, like Evening Evergreen, Just Jade, Mint Macaron, Shaded Spruce, even the very pastel Soft Seafoam. Yellow greens like Mossy Meadow and Old Olive, and even Garden Green, which has a touch of yellow in it, they just don't combine well with Succulent. When you look at where the blue-greens sit on the color wheel, they seem harmonious with the colors in the blue, purple, and violet direction, but not with the colors down in the yellow direction. As with most greens, Soft Succulent looks great with purples like Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and Fresh Freesia, which is also new. These heighten the beauty of this soft green. It looks great with darker purples, Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss, so they will make great accent and contrast colors in a color scheme. Soft Succulent combines well with pinks as well, like Polished Pink, Melon Mambo, and Flirty Flamingo. These all tend to show off the soft richness of this luscious green. In the sample card, I combined it with Melon Mambo and Shaded Spruce. The Melon Mambo gives the contrast I need against the two greens. Next is Fresh Freesia, a very pastel purple. It's in the blue-violet range of the spectrum. And on this chart, it's down at the bottom because of the amount of white in it. It's similar to the old Orchid Opulence, but has more white in it. Freesia combines well with other purples, like Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and Rich Razzleberry. You can see how bright Rich Razzleberry looks next to Freesia. It also looks great with blue-greens, Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, Just Jade, Mint Macaron. It's okay with yellow-greens, Mossy Meadow, and Old Olive, although I prefer it with the blue-greens. Fresh Freesia is close to pinks on the chart, and it combines well with them, like Polished Pink, Flirty Flamingo, and Melon Mambo. And it looks great with Calypso Coral, which has a lot of pink in it. For my sample card, I combined Fresh Freesia with Rich Razzleberry and Highland Heather. The Rich Razzleberry provides the contrast needed so the card doesn't look washed out. Pale Papaya is another pastel, this time in the yellow-orange part of the spectrum, down here in this part of the wheel. And on the chart, it would be here in the pastels. Papaya combines well with Soft Succulent and other blue-greens, like Just Jade and Shaded Spruce. Garden Green, which looked too yellow with Fresh Freesia, combines well with Papaya. This is that chameleon effect at play. Calypso Coral looks great with Papaya, especially if I add a third color, like Cherry Cobbler or Merry Merlot. However, Papaya with Merlot without the intermediate Calypso Coral can make Merlot look rather dull. The color opposite the wheel from yellow is purple, which means they are complementary colors. So Papaya combines well with Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Rich Razzleberry. But Blackberry Bliss looks dull next to it. Papaya is enhanced by the bright blue-greens, Bermuda Bay, and Coastal Cabana. Night of Navy also makes Papaya shine. I combined Pale Papaya with Calypso Coral and Poppy Parade for the sample card. I made this second version with a Calypso Coral background, and it changes the color dynamics slightly. Can you see the difference? The poppy layer of the butterfly looks brighter to me in the second version. Last but not least is Polished Pink. This is a very bright pink and sits in the red-violet section of the color wheel. It's similar to Regal Rose from the past, but without the white that makes Rose more pastel than bright. I'm not a big fan of brights, but use them more now than in the past. For example, here's a card in which I used Polished Pink as a very thin matte. It picks up the pink in the flowers in the artwork, but because it's so thin, it doesn't pull attention away from them. And the brightness is toned down by the blue-greens. Polished Pink combines well with its purple neighbors, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia, and Rich Razzleberry. Going the other direction on the wheel, it looks great with the rosy Calypso Coral, and if you really like bright, you can put it with Pumpkin Pie. Although you'd need to add a contrasting color like cherry cobbler. Polished pink goes well with blue-greens, like shaded spruce or just jade, especially with the soft succulent added to soften the combination. Also makes a great combination with Bermuda Bay, especially with Coastal Cabana as an intermediate color. For my sample card, I combined polished pink with Night of Navy and Misty Moonlight in an attempt to tone down the brightness a bit. But it's still a lot of bright pink for my taste. And I made a second card that I like better with Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather without the pink card base. I hope this video has given you some good ideas about using the new in colors. You've seen how I read the properties of colors and how that helps me make effective color combinations. If that's a skill you'd like to learn, check out the new color class. You'll see the strategy applied to colors from all areas of the color wheel, and you'll be able to download the wheel and chart you've seen in this video, plus a few more. Use the link provided for more information about the new color class. Thanks for watching. Please like this video, share it with your friends, and leave me a comment. For more inspiration and instructions, be sure to visit my blog at www.stampingmadly.com. Follow me on Facebook, and don't miss another great video. Subscribe to the Mad Stamper YouTube channel now.